Okay, we'll start obviously with MotoGP. What a 15-minute session, and what a weekend, especially for you, when there's not so much grip and the conditions are a bit difficult. The Yamaha U ride, the Tech 3-1, seems so suited to you and the conditions.
Full rain weekend, and it was the plan. From FP1 to FP3, I improve a lot and get good feeling. Marquez is going so fast, so try to see what is doing better and which information I can give to my team to reach this point, you know. And so I was happy to have all practice on the wet condition to do this work and improve. I know that it's kind of weekend that you can play something because all the riders can struggle. So that's a kind of opportunity to take during the weekend. But just for the qualifying, it was less water on the track, almost dry, not enough to use the slick. I think if we have 5 minutes more, maybe the slick tire can do the lap time. But it was not 5 minutes more, and the strategy I changed the strategy during just before the qualifying. I say I prefer use the soft tire at the beginning and then the extra soft at the end, just for one lap. I believe it can work, and it worked well. So happy after Assen. I struggle sometimes, and I was wondering maybe it's the only one I will get this year. The answer is not, and I'm just so happy and enjoy now.
And race pace, the wear of the rear tyre, if it's in similar conditions as qualifying, is going to be a big problem, a big thing to think about.
Let's see tomorrow. It's going to be 2 o'clock the race, and difficult to say. Maybe we will have flag to flag, and we have to change the bike. It can be nice also if we have a dry start and go on the race till the end on the dry. I think even if I didn't ride, start from the pole position can be an advantage, and I can take the time to find the pace. And in case of rain, we have the reference. And I think starting from the first row, it's important, because I could see on Friday when you are in the group, you don't see so much. And I don't like that, so I will use this first place to stay in front.
Johan, congratulations, second pole position in your rookie year. We come on to Danilo Petrucci, of course, on the Octo Primo Ducati. So close once again. It did dry quite a bit in that last session, didn't it? Did you ever think of slicks? I mean, obviously, Valentino Rossi did and Mark did at the end.
Yeah, we think a lot about it, but was very, very risky. And then immediately the first lap out of the pit in the qualifying, I watched the track, but in some parts where I think it was still with a lot of water. So I got some fear to use the slick. So I try, I said I will try with 2 tires. I try with one soft and then another extra soft for one last lap. And it works. For sure, Johan did a very, very good lap, especially in sector 3 and 4. But anyway, I can say I'm really happy, because this result was unexpected, even if I was all the weekend around the top 5. But I don't feel the same confidence as always on the wet, so I struggle a little bit when it's fully wet, but I think I can be competitive along the race, on the race distance. So I'm really happy. It was a very difficult situation, and for tomorrow, starting with no one in front, if there is a lot of water, could be a very, very big advantage, because with a lot of water, the visibility is very, very low.
And we've seen you in the very wet conditions perform so well. Would you prefer it a little bit wetter than it was in qualifying?
Yeah, even if during the weekend on the fully wet, on fully wet condition, I have been fast, but not never in a second place. So I think the qualifying condition we will not repeat anymore, because the race is 45 minutes long, and I think if the race was today during qualifying, everybody goes out with a slick. But we don't know the weather for tomorrow, but I think we are ready for every kind of situation.
Danilo, thank you very much indeed. We come on to Marc Marquez. Well, you did try the slick, didn't you, at the end of the session? And it was interesting to hear what Johan said, another 5 minutes, and he thinks a lot of people would have used the slick. A little bit too early.
Yeah, of course, of course it was too early. In the end, when we finished the practice, we realized, but in the end, I did a good lap time in the first lap already with the soft tire. Then I was thinking to put the extra soft for improve the lap time. But when I stop in the box, I take the gamble. I mean, I say, okay, I want to try a slick, because it was so close. And then just I try, I understand many things, interesting things, but in the end, I couldn't have the chance to fight for the pole position. But for me, it's not the most important. In the end, work for the race is important. Starting the front row was the main target. We are there. So we will see tomorrow, because during the all weekend I'm feeling good on rain conditions, but tomorrow can be flag to flag, can be dry, you never know.
You have been out on the slick tyres, haven't you? If it is flag to flag, I think Valentino Rossi is the only other rider who would have who can say the same thing.
Yeah, even my lap time was bad, but not so bad. Even I was not pushing, because then when I go out with the slick, I realized that it was possible to do a good lap time, but a lot of risk, because many wet parts, and was a lot of risk. And in the end, also we need to manage a little bit this kind of risk for injury. Still have 4 races to go. So yeah, but we understand a few things. We ride with the slick. So take always the positive thing.
Mark, thank you. That's MotoGP, ladies and gentlemen. 24 laps. Johan Zarco, Danilo Petrucci, and Marc Marquez. We come on to Moto2. Certainly the crowd and the Japanese journalists in the press office really enjoyed the performance of Tataki Nakagami. Pole position, then Alex Marquez knocked you off of pole position, then right at the finish, you took pole at your home Grand Prix.
Yeah, as you know, it's so difficult session in the qualifying, because lap by lap the conditions change. I mean, the condition is coming dry, and so I knew that at the end of the session we have to put slick tires. So the beginning we decide to use a rain tire and try as much as possible to make laps with a rain tire, because I knew that when coming dry, we are competitive, because he had a lot of extra motivation from Japanese fan. So yeah, just try to keep concentrate with a rain tire. Then the last 10 minutes to go, I changed the tire and try to all my best all the lap. Try to make a not big improve, because some corners still some wet patch. So I try the lap by lap to make improvement, small improvement. And the last lap was some few mistakes, but really happy to got pole position. This is my home GP. Then also my first pole position this season. So this is perfect for me.
And the race, I suppose, so much depends on the weather. We really don't know.
Yeah, it's so difficult to prepare for the maybe rain or maybe dry, maybe 50-50. So difficult to understand, but of course I prefer for dry condition, because I want to push. So let's see tomorrow, when just wake up and we will see the weather. And if rain, we have to prepare for the rain setup. And if dry, I try to do my best, even wet conditions. So just I give all my best for the race, and let's see the final result.
Takaki Nakagami, thank you very much indeed. Pole position. We come on to Moto3, Globuliga. First pole position for 1.5 years, but it was very, very close indeed.
Yes, my weekend started really good from the beginning of the FP1. I like my bike in all the sessions, so this year was a little bit difficult for us because Honda is a little bit better, but I wanted a lot this result, so I think I can be ready for tomorrow.
And you do seem to like the conditions. You seem to like the rain and the track that's not so much grip.
No, I have grip with the wet condition. I like my bike and I was fast, so I want to race.
There you go. Congratulations to you today. First pole position, the second of your career. So enough questions from me, ladies and gentlemen. Questions from the floor.
Carlos from Movistar MotoGP. A question for Johan. From your point of view, how you can explain that you are in wet conditions really far from Yamaha official riders, Valentino and Maverick? Is just a question of the bike?
I don't know really, because there are some places, even on the wet in Misano, like Viñales was in front, and I think if Valentino could race in Misano, he could be also in front. Here is different. The track has a very good grip, and me, I'm usually complaining about that, but now the average is maybe just good for me and maybe too much for them, so they destroy the tire and then they don't have grip. So this is the only technical thing I can think about, but I don't know, and I really keep a free mind about it.
Another question for you, Joan. You've been winning already in 1 to 5 here. You've been winning in Moto2. What is it you like about Motegi, and do you think you can win tomorrow?
I hope. I need to keep finger crossed for that, and it's true that this track I have good feeling. I got the first victory in 1 to 5, and I was fighting a lot against the lap time in qualifying, so I learned a lot from this year in 2011, and then all my Moto2 experience were quite good over all the last 2 years. And then I got good preparation after Aragon. We had 2 full weeks rest, so I really prepare well my energy. And starting with Motegi, it can be good for me. What is special, I don't know. This heartbreaking, I can manage. I have very good reference, and every lap I enjoy. So maybe this is one of the key that I can do good things here.
So, question for Mark. When you changed bikes at that stage, you were quite far ahead of everybody else, I think around a second quicker than the next quickest guy. Did you think at that point, when you made the gamble to go on slicks, did you think pole was more or less in the bag at that point?
No, because I knew and I checked on the other practice that with the extra soft they were improving a lot. I didn't try extra soft, and I did the lap time with the hard real. But in the other hand, I knew that also was a lap time for be on the first row or maximum second row. So in the end, it was limit the first row, but was the main target. And yeah, of course, I would like to be in pole, honestly. But in the end, also, always I see the positive things and I understand another things that maybe without trying the slicks, I couldn't understand.
Question to the 3 MotoGP riders. This morning I went to watch you in turn 6, and it's very, very impressive, the speed and the bunking. What are the sensations in these very fast turns?
Just after the bridge, it's, yes, nice corner. I wonder, many times if I can lose the front or not, but the grip is there, and at the moment I only have the feeling with the rain tires and the MotoGP, but it's true that you can go pretty fast into the corner. On the wet it was without brake, on the dry I don't know, and I think there is, yes, a little positive banking that you can use even more the corner speed and keep very well the inside the apex.
Yeah, sincerely, is one of the most beautiful corner of the track. It's very, very fast. I enjoy it a lot. But every time I go through there, I say, okay, don't crash here, because if not, you arrive directly to the tail. Because in fourth gear, we are very, very fast, and you have to pay attention to the front end of the bike. But anyway, it's always a good injection of adrenaline going there.
No, like they say, it's a corner that, especially on dry conditions, okay, but on wet conditions, looks difficult, but it's easy to lose the front. So yeah, you take a little bit care, because you know that a crash there can be a big consequence. But honestly, I don't think about it. Just pass through away, and it's okay.
Johan?
Okay. Any other questions? No? So I think we're going to do some...
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Johan, as you said, Yamaha official riders said they had traction problems. Did you had it this weekend? And if so, how could you solve it?
Yes, I had some problem. Then the way I solve it, I let my team do, and I think what makes the difference is the way you begin the weekend, and it looks that with the team we were not far from the good lap time and the top guys, so we kept this what we have good. Sometimes we were going a little bit worse, a little bit better, and from that I think we reach a point that I can have good confidence.
Okay. Thanks for the questions, ladies and gentlemen. It's social media time. Jorge is here. Steve is still commentating on the Asian Talent Cup, I think, with the headlights on now, I think, in the dark there. But social media questions.
Okay, so the first question goes for Bulega, and it's from Ellis on Twitter. How will you celebrate your 18th birthday if you take tomorrow the win of the race?
I don't know. Before I have to win, maybe. I will think this after the race.
Okay. Second question goes for Nakagami. Between all the Japanese riders who have raced in MotoGP, who would you like to emulate or surpass?
Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry.
Between all the Japanese riders that have raced in MotoGP, who would you like to emulate or surpass?
Difficult. And all Japanese?
No.
Aoyama?
Okay. Third question goes for Petrucci from Miko on Twitter. What's the biggest thing you had to sacrifice to try and become a MotoGP rider?
The food. It's a big sacrifice, even if it don't look like I got a lot of sacrifice on the food. But yeah, I cannot eat everything I want, unfortunately.
Fourth question goes for Marquez from Nika on Twitter. Every rider dreams of being in MotoGP, but since you are already in MotoGP, do you ever miss racing in Moto2 or Moto3?
Honestly, Moto2 I don't miss to racing there, but Moto3 yes, because I enjoyed a lot the battles, and when I look on when I watch on the TV all these kind of races with a big group, I would like to be there. But last races MotoGP has been fun, so it's okay in MotoGP.
Okay. And the last question goes for Zarko from Afik on Facebook. When was the first time you performed a backflip? And how much harder is it with the racing suit on?
So the really first time has been 2007 in Mugello during the Rookies Cup race. So it was my first victory in the Rookies Cup. And I found one camera because for the Rookies Cup it was no public around. And I did the backflip because in this time I was still in the school and I was doing it a lot with my friends. And then I tried, yes, for first time. It was like, I wonder if I can do it. So I try, and when I touched the floor, it was down. And then this was, yes, the really first time. Then I didn't repeat it for all victories. And when I wanted to repeat really for like a signature has been the Moto2 years, the first title. And it's just feeling. I think it's more difficult to go to win the race than do the backflip. So like when it's time to do the backflip, it means that the harder is done.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Gentlemen, thank you all very much indeed. Good luck tomorrow. We can stand for the photograph of everybody, and then we do the pole setters. Okay, and if we could do the 3 pole setters, please, Ramon, if you want to go up and yes, please. Yes, go and stand.